I see the colors here.
Well, I wore
Cowboys
the
specific.
for Skip, you know, and I know
thank
the
you.
last time I coached a game was against Dallas, and that's why I know the answer about this Dak Prescott.
Does he deserve to be the highest paid QB in the league?
Absolutely, he does.
Well, he
I think.
threw a party on you guys the last game, right?
Well, I mean, he did, but he threw a party on a lot of people. I think.
exactly.
I mean, I don't even know who we had playing in the secondary. They all bailed on us. So did the coaches. But I was in at 3 in the morning watching every tape on this guy. We played him early in the year, 4th game of the year. Then we played him the very last. And to me, Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott are the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFC. And this guy has improved night and day.
Yep.
He had Kellen Moore, the offense coordinator, looks like a ball boy. He's over there. He did a great job with this guy. He's allowed Dak to be able to check in and out of plays, which he did really well. He finally found a system that he's really good in. And the biggest thing I saw him improve from the year before is, remember when he would hold the ball so bad and he'd take sacks, and he doesn't do that. He did not do that all year. He had an unbelievable touch from the pocket and outside of the pocket on deep balls. And does he deserve the money? Absolutely. And I know right where he can get it. And I watch more tape than anybody. I'll promise you, I watch more tape than any coach in the league and any scout. He can get it from that wide receiver, the one who's up there for all that money right now. The guy only plays home games. He didn't show up on the road.
Totally
He
agree.
goes out there. The last 7 games of the year, he had averaged under 50 yards a game.
Yep.
Yeah.
He disappeared. And on tape, look, you when you study a tape, you know the routes. He's the primary receiver in routes. And how's this going to sit in the locker room when he's supposed to run a 7 route? They're going to run that play they always run from the 25 to the 20 where they landed in the lunch pail in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
He stops running. You either go stutter 9, you either go 9, or you go 7 route. He's stopping. He's the primary receiver, and that's the frustrating thing. And I know he's up as well, but I think you get this quarterback locked up. He's in his 4th year, playing better than anybody else. He's on the rise. You can't deny this guy's ascension as a great player. And the thing I love about him is his leadership. I think you don't see that he's the star of the team. He is. I know Jerry Jones is, but then there's Dak Prescott, right? Then there's the guy who plays guard for the Mavericks. This guy works his tail off, and the only time he'll be different is in 2 weeks he'll go get a bigger paycheck than everybody else. Other than that, you're just going to think he's one of the guys.
Yep.
And that's what I appreciate about him as a coach going against this guy and the physicality that he brings the entire offense. What do you mean? He's a quarterback. Yeah, but he doesn't play like a quarterback in that red zone. Like, he's going to go after you. And I just appreciate the way the guy played. And I just see the sky's the limit for this guy. And really for this team now. I think they're going to be heading in a new direction. Maybe they can play more than one coverage on defense, and maybe they'll do something.
Shannon Sharpe. That's some strong talk about a quarterback you don't buy.
I've been telling you he deserves to get his money, though. Have I not told you he deserves to get that money?
He's going to get paid.
But Skip, and Rob, you can attest to this. You've been on a lot of teams, and you know free agency is really not about being good. It's about being free. It's about the leverage of being free. And teams having to overcompensate to pay you to get you to leave. And your team, if they want you, having to pay you to stay. Skip, look, they could have taken care of this last year. After his 3rd season, you get the deal done. But you didn't do that. Now, you remember the housing crash. They called them balloon payments. Skip, you could live in a $10 million home for $700 a month because you paid interest only. But after 3-4 years, that paper was going to come due. Now, either you're going to pay the house off or you got to get it going to foreclose up on you. What you going to do, Skip Bayless? You going to pay the man off or you going to let him foreclose and go somewhere else?
What would you do?
No,
I ain't
gonna tell you.
He gave him F's. For
Hold on. Wentz is my guy. But you know,
I love Wentz, too.
Oh, he love Wentz.
But he turns the ball over in the pocket, unlike this guy.
He does do that.
Your guy had more turnovers than my guy. And my guy went to the playoffs. Well, your guy was. Okay. But anyway, Skip, look. Why would Jerry started this, Skip, and I said it at the time he did it over a year ago, Rob. He went to the podium, him and Stephen Jones, and they said, yeah, we want to get a deal done with Dak, but we sure hope he works with us. How you going to start talking about working with you before we even start negotiating the contract? So now Dak says, hold on, wait a minute. You make me play the contract out all the way through the punctuation.
Yep.
I run the risk of getting hurt through the regular season.
He did.
And now you want me to give you a discount? I wish I might. And where did he do that at? No. I want $70+ million at the time of signing, a 4-year deal for $140 million.
You have no idea what he's asking for, but you just put words in their mouth, right?
But listen, we know he wants more than Jerry Goff got at the time of
pretty
signing.
sure he wants a
I
lot
think
more.
somewhere between the 70 and 80 million, we got a deal, Skip Bayless. Get it done. Call Jerry.
That Jerry Jones is tough to negotiate with.
He can
Believe
be.
me. I turned down Andy Reid to be a coordinator for him instead because, man, that Jerry Jones is a salesman.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Might have been a bad decision on my part, but I'll tell you what. You know Jerry, how he negotiates.
Yeah.
Of course, he's going to start low and all that, but he made him play it all the way through. But I think eventually you got to be accountable to your team. I think he's going to sign this guy, and he's trying to get him a long-term deal.
How did he convince you to pass on Andy Reid for Dallas?
That was interesting. I never knew what the monies were. I just know that I got in there. I loved his enthusiasm for his team. I loved the excitement he had. I believe in Jason Garrett, and I'm like, man, they got talent. They got an offense. They had a great talent on defense, even though they were 31st in the league before I got there.
Yep.
But they had talent. So I know, man, I know I'll get this thing turned around here. We'll win the whole thing. And, a kid from Oklahoma, why not give it a shot?
Yeah.
I forgot I was Ryan, went there. Things didn't work out as well as I had liked, but I did everything I could. But I do appreciate, like this, that's the first time I dealt with a true salesman.
Super salesman.
Man, he's pretty good.
And that's why they talk about, Dak needs to pick up the phone and call Jerry Jones, a guy that negotiates millions and billion-dollar deals.
Don't do that.
Thank you.
Okay, but what do you always say? When you least expect it, you can pick up the phone and call Jerry, and he'll be like your daddy who will give in to you and overpay. I've seen him overpay those offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it can cut both ways. If you play to his ego, like, Daddy, help me out here.
Overpaying the offensive lineman is different than overpaying a
All right,
quarterback.
I got you.
Yeah, maybe.
I cannot tell
We're
you
gonna
how much
find
I
out.
appreciate every word you just said about a quarterback that I do love. I love everything about him. I love his mental and physical toughness. I love his durability because he still hadn't been hurt. I'm going to knock on wood for him.
And he played hurt.
He played hurt. He played with a bum shoulder at Philadelphia. He did not play great at Philadelphia. He missed one late throw to Tavon that I wish he had back because Tavon just broke free, wide open, and he missed him. It was 17-9. So could they have made the two-point conversion and tied it, gone to overtime? Maybe if he made that throw. I can't defend the fact they went 8-8 last year, but I can't put it all on his shoulders. Some of it, but not all of it. So in the end, do I think he's better than Patrick Mahomes? I do not. Do I think he's a top 10? Yeah, I think he's a top 10 quarterback. And to your point, because he is now free, you're going to have to pay him close to what Mahomes is going to get. Close to.
You're going to have to play him a premium.
Yeah.
Of course.
And do I think he can stand up to it and live up to it, not crumble under the pressure of it? I do believe he'll stand up and live up to it.
Oh, you like him, huh? No. Remember now, this is the same guy. He said he loves Dak, but he's perfectly okay if the Cowboys move on and sign Tom Brady.
Well, I'd say, no, again, here's what we don't know about this. What are they demanding? What are they? They have drawn a line in the sand in Dallas,
some
Texas.
number, yeah.
Not that there's a lot of sand in Dallas. But there's some
red
dirt,
clay.
some red clay, right? They've drawn a line in the red clay, and I don't know if they're saying $40 million a year. Maybe it's beyond Mahomes' money because Jerry's not budging off his. I don't even see any thawing, any melting here.
I don't believe it's the $40 million that's the hang-up. I believe they're trying to keep at the time of signing around Jerry Goff, and they're trying to get the Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers type.
Maybe.
I
don't
think
know.
because Skip, they can massage the numbers and make it look like however they want to look. 160, 170. How much am I getting? 134, and he got $57 million.
Okay, here's what I'm asking. If you tell me he's asking for what we'd all agree is unrealistic money, as much as you love the young man, you might say, at some point you'd say, well, that's ridiculous.
What would be unrealistic to you?
Over $40 million a year.
No, we ain't asking for that.
Okay. How do you know?
We're not
You
asking
have
for
no
that.
idea.
We're not asking for
You
that.
have no
But if you
idea.
can get me 75 to 85,
Yeah.
I can talk to you.
Okay. So the point is, if it's an impasse that's never going to get decided, if there's never going to be any thawing, and you tell me, we're about to talk about Tom Brady and get your opinion on him, but if you told me I could have Tom Brady for 2 years instead of Dak for 5 at $42 million a year, I might say, okay, I'll try Tom Brady.
How much you
for a
gonna pay?
couple
How
years.
much are you willing to pay Tom Brady
I
for
think
those
he
2
would
years?
take $20 million.
No, I bet he don't.
I'll bet he would.
I bet he don't. What
Well,
you
he
think,
always
Rick?
has.
I tell you what.
He ain't taking no 20.
We
Not on the
just know
open market.
Tom is not going to have the control he wants if
Maybe
he ends
not.
up in Dallas.
Oh, yeah,
That
oh,
I
yeah.
think
Fair
we
point.
can all agree on. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.